Cool. Welcome to a couple stories.
Just a couple.
We're a couple. And here's some of our stories.
So yeah, we are a couple. And here's one of our
stories. Yes.
as a couple.
So every year. Okay, so we as a couple, we've never bought each other gifts. We've always we like experiences, that whole type of thing. So we've been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
So we have 15 years of trips instead of presents.
Pretty much, yeah.
That we've exchanged. So here's one. Here's a selected story selected by Michaela.
This one really kickstarted the mess it upness.
The mess it upness
of our vacations or our trips. I mean, our first anniversary, which we will get to, definitely started this tradition. But this one was
it was like a culmination of years and years of ghost hunting. Yes, ghost hunting.
No, 2. It was just the second year.
That was only the second.
Oh yeah, no.
Well, no, we've been ghost hunting for years
since
together.
We met.
Yeah, since we met. Since we met, we've been ghost hunters. So you'll notice that anybody
who knows us is gonna be like, who didn't know us back in 2007.
In the early stories, the early married years, there'll be a lot of ghost stories. We've kind of left a lot of the ghost experiences behind and moved on to other things. But so
still
some
love
of the early,
a good ghost tour.
We love a good ghost tour.
So this trip was to Stillwater, Minnesota. I picked it because we could go up north and we could camp on the way. Mm-hmm. On the way to the cute little, it was like one of the towns with the lift bridge. It had a really cute
it had one of the last working lift bridges in the U.S. Yeah.
And I love the name Stillwater because I'm a huge fan of Almost Famous. And it just reminded me of it, so we did that. So we found this really cute inn. And on the way there, I had found a haunted bed and breakfast. It was owned by a psychic.
Yes. It's the good stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So we stayed in
a psychic-owned bed and breakfast.
that was haunted.
A psychic is going to not only be there, but they're going to make you breakfast.
They're going to make you breakfast.
So I think it might be the only breakfast I've ever had made for me by a psychic.
So I remember as usual with the Barkers, we were we're going to leave super early. And we're going to get to our campsite and have a, nice dinner and fire. We got to our campsite at probably 11 at night or maybe midnight. And so we set up our tent again, because this is a tradition of ours, with the headlights of our car. Something was going on with the weather and where we were going to be staying. So we had to call them the inn, the psychic inn.
The psychic, and that's not what it's called, by the way.
It's not called that. It's actually not even around anymore.
Yeah.
From what I saw, it's closed. So we had to call. So she didn't take reservations. Or she took reservations, but I think you had a call.
She wouldn't take walk-ins because it's a bed and breakfast. She would have to actually know how many people she was cooking breakfast for the next morning, so she didn't like taking walk-ins. Especially when they came late in the day, because then it's she'd have to go back out to get stuff for breakfast.
And she also lived at the inn, which a lot of innkeepers do.
Yep.
But she was very I don't want random people staying in my home.
Yes.
So,
and all of that was to say this: while we were checking in when we arrived, the first strange occurrence of this evening happened, which was that
a woman. We walked in at the same time, but so she's in front of us.
Yeah.
And so she was a walk-in, and this woman
accepted her.
Yeah,
she actually took her, even though she had told us she doesn't take walk-ins, and it said it doesn't take walk-ins on the website.
So it had been raining. The rain had stopped.
So already we're off to a strange start. She's breaking her own rules while we're there.
Yeah, what's going on? Mm-hmm. But so she decided she's going to give us the same introduction to the home. The spiel. So she explains that the home is completely open. We are the only ones staying in the inn that night. We
were.
Well, we were, and her, and this woman.
us
so
and the woman.
the three of us.
We were going to be the only ones staying in the inn that night, which would have been pretty cool.
Really cool. But then we'd probably have a very different story.
Maybe.
So the owner tells all of us that, it's fun to go ahead and explore each room. Each room has a different theme. Each room has almost maybe a different ghost. Or something like that. Like there's all different stories to each room. Like one room's fireplace would like go on because it was a gaslit one.
And it was a fairly big house or like bed and breakfast.
Tiny, but it wasn't like
there was like 4 rooms. It was in a hallway
very weird location on top of it. Yeah. It was just like off.
No, it was around nowhere. Like, it was like nothing else.
Like
was
off
around.
of a highway. It was really weird. So. Anyway, she was saying, go ahead and walk around, check out each room. If the door is open, you're more than welcome to go ahead and go in.
If the door is open, it means no one's staying there.
Yeah,
that's what
go
she told
ahead.
Us. Yep.
And, and then she was saying how breakfast would be served. She showed us also her psychic room where she
does
said
her readings, right?
Her readings.
Yeah,
but she said she did, that was not, we could not go in there. Mm-hmm. But then later on, at night, she told us that we could go in there.
Yeah, she was like,
like way later. After a bottle of wine.
She's like, it's totally fine.
Yeah, she showed us where the cappuccino maker was.
Well, I mean, she basically was like, the booze is behind the bar. She's like, help yourself. It was, I feel like we really hit it off.
So anyways, Chris and I raided the bar and had some wine. And then we were playing chess, but we were waiting till 3 a.m., witching hour.
Because, that's when you look for ghosts. I mean...
So we were ready to go ghost hunting.
Yeah,
after a bottle and a half, or a bottle of wine, some margaritas.
Keep in mind, we're not amateurs. I mean, I guess we are amateurs at this point. We're not, like, professionals at it, but, like, we'd been doing this, like... We've seen some things.
We had 5 years of experience.
We had 5 years of experience.
Ghost hunting experience.
Yes.
So we felt pretty...
So armed with our camera, with the flash on... 3 o'clock hits. We stop.
A bottle of wine, some margaritas later.
We do quick shots of wine. We flip the chessboard over. We're done with this, and then it's 3 a.m. and we decide we're gonna go see what's up in the rest of the house.
So the first room we hit up is definitely the readings room because we were like,
yeah.
I mean, you said no.
Obviously, a psychic.
And I remember it was really weird, and then we were like, nothing really was going on, but we some of her stuff was out. We're like, that's interesting. And I remember what we thought was really weird was the dining room. We went into the dining room at one point.
It's really eerie. They're like six round tables.
It was like all these round tables, and then because it was the dining room where she would guess.
Breakfast.
So, anyways, we go upstairs and we see where her room is, and we're just snapping photos, trying to find some blue orbs or some orbs in our photos. So we see this one room, and we decide, it's like propped open with like a chair. So we go in, and Chris is pretty far into the room, around the bed, he's by the dresser, in a closet, and he's just doing these flashes. He's like, look, and he's talking to me, and I look over and I just see in the bed.
The shape of...
I just see the top of a head. In the bed.
In the bed.
I see a person or a shape of a human.
Which startled us, to say the least, because you guys remember the rule from a few minutes ago was that if the door was open, it meant no one was staying there. So why is this room open? Why is there a body in this bed? And also, why hadn't we noticed it for the 3 minutes that we had been taking pictures in that room?
The sheets were just
questions.
Up here, and I mean, just the
sheer
panic.
We had heart attacks, and we left immediately as fast as we could. We ran out of the room. We ran down the hallway. We went downstairs. We basically went back to the chessboard area. I think we went outside.
We went outside.
We went outside. It was a nice night. We went and sat outside, and we were like, "Holy crap! What just happened?" We were like, "What's going on? Why was there a person? Was that a ghost? Was it a person?"
We didn't want to wake everybody. We were laughing so hard. Yeah. We were just so that's why we went outside. We were so loud. Yeah. Because we were drunk. On top of it.
Definitely drunk.
This did happen too, by the way. We weren't just super tipsy.
No. So we're sitting outside, and then we're just trying to relax, trying to bring ourselves back down or whatever. And Kristen goes, "Chris, oh my God, I feel like someone's behind me.
Is it a ghost?"
And you're like, is it a ghost? And I'm like, Kristen, there's no one behind. Like, oh my God. And then there was a person all of a sudden that was like standing at the bottom of the stairs. And then we're looking at the person, and the person's looking at us, and we're like, are you a real person? But they
ran out the door.
They ran out the door. They left.
And then we realized
it was the lady.
It
was the lady. Oh, we forgot. Backtracking.
When she came in.
When she checked in.
Yeah.
When she checked in, the psychic was like, hold on. The psychic was like, do you need one key too? And she's like, I don't need a key because I won't be leaving.
Yeah, and especially when she was like, you can go around the house. No, I don't.
Yeah, she's like, I won't be leaving. She's like, I won't be leaving my room.
No, she did have a key because that was the whole point. Is she threw the key.
Right, but she was like, don't worry, I won't be leaving my room.
Basically.
And we were like,
when she was like,
why would you say that?
Why would you say you wouldn't be leaving?
Seriously.
So we were like, she's definitely not coming to get Mexican with us.
No, we didn't even invite her because we knew she wasn't going to want to leave.
She didn't want to leave.
But she left because she left at like probably 3:30 in the morning.
3:45.
Yeah. So we think that maybe she saw a ghost.
No. But so we rewind back. She, she's coming down the stairs. She gets to the bottom of the stairs. Make eye contact. She comes running out the stairs or running out the front door. That is when we realize it is the woman who had checked in.
Yes.
And
I think at that point we put two and two together as well, because obviously that must have been the woman that was in the bed whose room we were in.
Yeah.
So I think maybe she thought she was getting haunted.
We were the ghost.
But we were the ghosts for her, and she was our ghost. So the whole experience ended up being incredibly rewarding, but also very weird.
She comes out the door.
Yeah.
And I remember
you were like, it's a nice night.
And she was like, it's cold. And she...
and then she beeline, and she like left the property, walked across the street, went to some parking lot, and then
vanished.
She didn't get into a car. She didn't go into a house. She didn't, we have no idea what she did or where she went, because she literally walked across the street through, another parking lot and then was just gone. So, was she real?
So she was real because
real enough
psychic,
for us to see, but was she an apparition or something?
Yeah, she's definitely real.
Yeah, she was probably real.
So so we're just now like, oh my gosh,
We're like, I can't believe we went into this woman's room. So now we're just like, I don't know. It was like a mix of shame, but also it's just like you feel really weird about something, and you're like, we're never gonna tell anybody this, but we're telling you guys now. So
we've told it a lot.
Yes.
So the next morning, we have a delicious breakfast.
Yeah.
This was before I think I was celiac.
It is.
Or found out that I was celiac.
Yeah,
so I got this awesome pumpernickel toast. That's really important.
I don't remember exactly.
Or maybe I think I was celiac found out I was celiac at the time. I found out I was celiac because when we called, she was like, I'll get gluten-free pumpernickel or something like that.
Which at the time would have been really rare because it was really hard to eat gluten-free
I think
2009
I don't know, but one of the
something.
inns, we did do that. So I'm wondering if that was, I'll have to look it up in my notes. But so anyways, she is the chef, so she makes us this amazing breakfast and brings it out and decides to ask us about the night. How'd your night go?
Yeah.
And notice there's not another person down here for breakfast.
She said, you guys have any idea what happened?
What happened last night? Did you guys? And we were like,
yeah, we were just sitting outside at 3:30 in the morning, and she just busted out of the house looking really scared and freaked out, and then she just left. So that's what we told the psychic anyways.
We didn't say that we were in her room.
We didn't mention that we went in her room while she was sleeping.
Though I think it would have been fine because the door was open.
The door was open.
Why would you put the door open in a public
or in an inn?
In an inn. Why would you open your room with a door or the door with a chair?
And if you're afraid of ghosts, why are you staying at a haunted inn?
Yeah.
A haunted bed and breakfast.
Maybe she didn't know. It was very strange. It invited me in, I swear. By having the chair keep that door open, I was like, sure enough, I'm in here. So my theory is that she might have gotten scared at some point in the night because some weird stuff was happening.
We heard noises, but there was a couple cats that lived.
Yeah,
do you remember? There was this.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
His name was Tennessee.
He was very handsome, and he kept showing up in random places while we were looking at stuff. So I feel like it was probably just the cat making a bunch of different noises.
fireplace did go off in the room by us, but we don't know if like maybe the inn owner was doing it.
Oh yeah. She was probably like in the wall, like like in Scooby-Doo, like the paintings in the walls with the eyes. Like she was probably watching the whole thing. She probably asked us that question in the morning, waiting to see if we were going to tell the truth or not.
We're
and then we didn't. We lied. We didn't lie. We omitted.
So then she was
which is lying, right? I think.
So then she was like, I turned red instantly and looked down. And she was
She's like, yeah, that's really strange.
That is really strange. I never accept walk-ins.
Yeah.
But
and she's like, but something was weird. And she was like, yeah, something told me I should. And we were like, okay.
And then she was like, I'm not sure I want to go to this part of the story.
I know, because it gets kind of dark.
Pretty dark. But then she was like, I really wasn't sure she was
planning on leaving. As in, like, she thought maybe she was checking in to, like, end her life at the inn. We just have to say it, I guess. I know it's uncomfortable, but that's what she said.
She wasn't going to check out.
That's what she said.
So either it was that, but then I'm like, we could go the other way and be like, we had a crazy woman that was going to take us out.
Yeah. But maybe we got lucky. And then we scared her off. And maybe we were the ones that saved ourselves that night.
It all happens for
Who knows?
a reason.
Who knows?
I think we've made this story long enough, but to end it, we both got our palm read by
we both got free reading. She was like, can I read your guys' palms? We were like, yeah, sure.
Yes. So she did tell me that I was going to be famous in my lifetime for what I create.
Still waiting on that one to happen. So we'll see if she's right.
Famous as in like in Rooney's preschool class, maybe in a few years. Mm-hmm. Rooney's mom and dad.
I mean, micro niches are getting
Rooney
pretty big.
And Mac's mom and dad.
Yeah.
By the way, he's just like...
He's out.
Out.
He might be. I mean, he's got his, he's blown up.
Blowing up. All right. And that
was a story.
That was a story.
That was one story. We have a couple more.
Come back for the next.
Yeah, come back next time and hear another one.